Hello and welcome to the Priggya Arora show, where we promote entrepreneurship in law through conversations with people who have been there and done that. My name is Priggya Arora, founder of PA Legal and Intellectual Property Law Firm in India. And our guest for today is Advocate Nahush Khubalkar, who is an amazing person with over 30 years of experience in the legal field. He also runs an interesting YouTube channel called Legal Inspiration. So let us directly dive into the conversation with him. Hello and welcome, sir. So let's start with something about yourself and your family.
Oh, sure. Hi, Priggya. So, to begin with my introduction, my name is Nahush Khubalkar, and I was actually born on a very interesting day in human history. The first human being had landed on moon on that day. That was the day on which I was born, and I have always associated myself with that day. So it is always at the back of my mind that I was born on such a significant day. So there is something significant that should happen, that is going to happen by me at my hands. This has always been my feeling, but let's see when will that day arrive. I was born into a lawyer's family. I mean, my father was a lawyer. Initially, he hailed from a rural background. He was from an agriculturist family. His father was a teacher. That's why there was some education, kind of educational culture in his family. So my grandfather always wanted his children to shift to better places and raise and grow themselves. So my father and his brothers all shifted to city called Nagpur. So I was then born and brought up in a city like Nagpur city. I had my education up to 12th in science. I had science background, and I wished that I would take my further education in science stream only. But as the fate would have it, I was driven to become a lawyer and to join law. It so happened that in 12th standard I didn't perform very well, so not many options were available at that time. That was see, it was somewhere in 1986. Not many options were available, and the 5 years course had just started that time. 5 years law course, that was third batch. So I joined law course, LLB 5 years course, and that was actually something that something good that happened to me is what I believe. Your destiny drives you toward what is really in store for you. So that's how my journey to become a lawyer started after I got admission in law college in 5 years course. Initially, at that time, I was very underconfident boy. I was very poor in self-image, very low self-esteem, no knowledge of English language. I had to develop myself a lot. Fortunately, I came in contact with very good teachers, very motivating teachers, which helped me build myself. So by the time I was out in final year, I was fairly okay, though it was a long journey was still awaiting me. So that's how it is. And my family,
Yes, sir.
to speak about my family, my wife is also a law into law. I mean, she is a law professor. My elder son is a budding lawyer. He's in fourth year of law course. My younger son is just in 8th standard. That's how it is.
Great, sir. So we can say, from today, like today's podcast, we learn about legacy of law. And one important key takeaway from your journey that I could get is the the importance of teachers and mentors in our life is huge. for example, as you said, that they helped you in developing yourself, to the next level so that you could practice. And you are
Yes,
just fantastic in the area of practice you are doing currently and the kind of work you are doing. So that's really amazing.
yes.
Uh,
There is just one thing I must mention. I'm sorry. One thing I must also mention. In addition to really good teachers, I also had. I mean, I made friends with books, good books. I've been I've been an avid reader, so I read very nice books. That habit is still continuing with me, and I read books also. That's
Amazing.
the thing.
So, like you just mentioned about the books, I'm sure we'll be happy to know what are your favorite books, and some of the books, like I say, Atomic Habits is one such book which changed my life. So, what are the books which changed your life?
Yes. See, there are many books, and in the beginning, I read two books which really helped me. But of course, those also helped me change myself. I'll tell you two more books. First was Think and Grow Rich by
Yeah,
Napoleon Hill, and the other was How to Win Friends and Influence People.
amazing.
So those were very basic books, very nice books. Those they gave me real perspective about,
Yes,
because I didn't know anything about thinking. What it really means to think. That book taught me. Napoleon Hill's book. Later
amazing.
on, uh, as I went on reading so many books, I would specifically mention one profoundly changing book by Stephen Covey, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. That
Amazing.
one. And the other one is by Jack Canfield, 25 Success Principles.
Amazing.
Wonderful book. Yeah. There are other books also, spiritual books and all, though, but these two, three have been turning points for my uh, life.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And now let us come back to, discussing law and something about it. So, as I have known you since quite a while now, and I'm, amazed by the kind of work you do. So, I just had one question in mind since a long time, that you were a government pleader for a long time, and then you switched to private practice. So how was it like? How was your journey as a pleader, and what got you to private practice, and how are these practices different from each other?
Okay. Initially, I began as a private lawyer only.
Yeah.
Nobody becomes a government pleader immediately. So after I practiced as a private lawyer for, say, about 9 years, then I was chosen to become the government pleader in the High Court at Nagpur. I mean, it's Bombay High Court, Nagpur Bench. So after I joined, I found all those years as a government leader very enriching. You know, it was a very enriching experience for me. See, there are about, say, approximately 10 to 15,000 lawyers in Nagpur, and those who become government leaders in High Court are only few, say about 40.
Yeah.
So the first thing that made me happy about it was that I was in very chosen few. So that is how it began. And then as I went on working, I faced everyday challenges while conducting cases. So the thing that I experienced was that there was massive number of cases, huge number of cases one has to conduct as a government leader, and every kind of case that one has to handle. Um, the kind a private lawyer may not be handling in his private practice. So all those kinds of cases I handled, right from civil, criminal, and within that, so many areas: writ petitions, criminal appeals, all bail matters, and then second appeals, first appeals, revisions. So all kinds of cases, except tax. I haven't been much good at tax matters, and I didn't take much interest in that also. So thousands and thousands of cases I handled that. So the tasks involved were like taking instructions from the officers and then drafting, dictating a lot, and then arguing cases before the court and studying them. And the real challenge always was in, many times the office of the government leader used to send us briefs, but sometimes there used to be no briefs because the cases were not traced. So they just used to send us one blank paper with the number written on it. That meant that I had to appear in that case on the next day and conduct it to the best of my ability. So that used to be the biggest challenge. And in the initial days, it was really terrifying, It was greatly terrifying. I don't have the brief. I don't know what the matter is all about. How would I face the court the next day? But then with passage of time, as I went on working, I could master even that. That means I got the knack of handling all those challenges very well. So that is how it has been an enriching journey in the government leader's office. And the interesting part about the government leader's work is that you work for a client which is recognized by the courts as a model litigant. The state acts as a model litigant before the court. Is expected to act as a model litigant, unlike a private litigant.
Correct.
So
Correct.
private litigant would fight his case tooth and nail. He would try to see that he is a victor in the matter. But when it comes to fighting cases on behalf of government, then one is representing a model litigant. So one has to be a model lawyer,
Correct.
Model
Correct.
means ideal.
Correct. Correct.
So, the fairness has to be there. It permeates in entire working. It should permeate in the entire working while conducting litigation on behalf of government. That's the main difference. The question that you asked, what is the difference between a private lawyer's work and the government lawyer's work? I would say this is the main difference between the work as a private lawyer and that as a government.
I think, it brings a lot of responsibility to the end, that being a government, like representing government on its own, you become role models for all the lawyers working there. So it brings
Yeah.
a lot of responsibility towards you as well. So uh,
Yeah.
again, I would say I am amazed by the kind of work you do, and your journey has been so inspiring. So as you mentioned, you have done like thousands and thousands of cases while you were a government leader, and I think you might have touched upon approximately all areas of law excluding tax. So
Yeah.
which area is your favorite?
Yes. Over the course of time, I realized that I love working on writ side, writ petitions. Writ practice, it actually has its origin in the power of High Court and Supreme Court granted to it by the Constitution of India under Articles 226 and 32 respectively. So these courts have the power to issue writs, the 5 writs, famous writs, the writ of mandamus, certiorari, prohibition, quo warranto, and habeas corpus. So that power to issue writs gives rise to this practice, writ practice. So as I worked mostly, I was mostly assigned writ courts, division bench. I started enjoying that over a period of time. And after a few years, I found that I am quite good at it. So I started loving it. And even after resigning from government leadership, I have confined myself mostly to writ practice. I love it because, it is quite quicker as compared to other litigation. It finishes fast, and the area of law it involves is really interesting. Administrative law, constitutional law, all those, and it encompasses a lot of um, areas relating to people. Like it encompasses education, then student matters, then service law, and then whatnot, land acquisition, then tender matters, so many things. Basically, it is a public law remedy, and it is quite enjoyable. Writ, writ matters. That's what my favorite is. Although I also like working on criminal side, but that's not ज़्यादा नहीं है मेरे पास वो matters. But I love criminal law also. I've conducted a lot of matters on that side also.
Sir,
So that's how it is.
I think law is considered as a noble profession, and it is mainly because of writ matters, because we fight for the fundamental rights, and it is like we are touching the lives of people by fighting for the fundamental rights. So
Yes.
so, from your experience and the kind of legacy of lawyers in your family, what do you think is the most important skills for starters and young lawyers and probably law school students as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Prigya. You see, one can name so many skills that an aspiring lawyer should possess. But for me, as far as I would say that it all should boil down to three main skills. The first would be ability to thinking skill. Now, it can be subdivided into, see, visualization, imagination, analysis, and all that. But basically, it is thinking skill. The second skill I would name is communication skills, expression. It again has two forms: written communication, where you have to draft lot many legal documents, and the second form is oral communication, because you have to appear before various courts, tribunals, and argue the cases orally. So communication on two fronts, that these are very important skills. And the third important core skill for any aspiring lawyer would be reading skills, speed reading skills. One should be able to read speedily and still be able to grasp the matter. So thinking, speaking, I mean communication, and reading, these three, they all boil down to these three. Ability
Amazing.
to, you see in thinking, unless you are able to actually visualize the facts involved in the matter, the law that is applicable to it, and various abstract legal concepts, and how they are all interconnected, unless you are able to imagine or visualize or analyze them, their interconnections, it's not possible to understand the case properly. So for a proper understanding, those thinking skills are very important. And then expression, and then reading also. So these are the three important skills.
Amazing, sir. So thinking, communication, and reading. I think sometimes we underrate the skills in the sense that people focus too much on. For example, I practice intellectual property, so people will focus on let me study intellectual property law in detail, so I'll be a good lawyer. And I always
Ah,
tell them in learning intellectual property law is important, and at the same time it is important to communicate with clients, to read the case properly, to understand the invention and the case properly. And I'll be very frank and direct with you. I studied, or I actually did a course on speed reading last year, and I
Okay.
found it that that was one skill which was so important, and I was not aware of it, and I should have done it during my school time. I would have read
Yes.
hundreds of more books if I had done that in the school time. But yeah,
Right.
I think law colleges do not focus on these skills, and people are just not aware that for the importance of these skills.
Yes, law college should have that side by side, this small courses, or they should teach that actually. They should have them conducted through various workshops. Students को वो भी आना चाहिए. Speed reading is very important.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes.
You very
So
rightly said that. That's a good suggestion for law
thank you.
colleges.
So thank you so much. Now, very quickly, we'll move to the next section, and I am sure it would be a very interesting one because we'll speak about YouTube videos. Now that we know you have recently started YouTube, not recently, I think you have been doing it for 2 years now. So, you have started YouTube, and not many lawyers, especially not many lawyers, do YouTube. So, how did you get the idea of starting to make videos, make vlogs, make YouTube videos, make educational videos, and a lot of content?
You see, Prigya, sorry, Prigya, your name is Prigya. Uh, See, I had created a channel long back in 2013 itself, and my channel's name was Legal Inspiration. But then in those days, you see, internet speed was not much. It was not available in abundance. So I didn't take much interest in it. I didn't recognize the importance of videos also. Just एक नाम के लिए channel बना दिया था, वो कर दिया था. And that name also I had liked very much. किसी जगह से मैंने किसी ने digital, someone had named his blog as Digital Inspiration. So I thought, wow, that sounds very nice. I would also name my channel as Legal Inspiration. So it would have content on law as well as inspiring others to know about law, to learn about advocacy and all that. So with that objective, I had started that channel in 2013. But as I told you, that internet was not available much in abundance, and then we didn't have many facilities, no recording equipments, all that. So ज़्यादा interest नहीं लिया मैंने उसमें. It remained dormant for quite a few number of years. Then it so happened, and I was also involved very much as a government leader in my work. I was totally engrossed. I didn't have much time also. That also was one of the factors which didn't push my channel further, didn't help me push my channel further. But then it so happened that in 2016, I resigned from government leadership and came back in private practice. By that time, things had changed a lot on technology side. There were good cameras, internet speed had also increased, internet was available in abundance. And then I started watching YouTube. There was a lot of content on YouTube. And then I came to know that video is the future. You know, videos connect you very well. Videos are the thing that help you reach a wide range of audience, wide range of people. And then somehow it struck me that this is a good thing. I already have a channel. Why not do something on it? But, but still, a lot of time was consumed in thinking how to go about it and what to do, कैसे करना, shoot कैसे करना, कैमरे पे कैसे बात करना. So many things were there. But somehow it was there inside my mind. ये तो करना है. One day I came across an advertisement on Facebook. Uh, there was a course on building camera confidence, something like this. And that course was by Alexa Fisher. Udemy पे वो course था. It was available on sale at a very low price. I immediately enrolled in it, and I just underwent that course. That was a fantastic course. वो आज भी है Alexa Fisher का course. It was a lifetime subscription. Many times I go there and watch those training videos. So that helped me understand the mechanics behind shooting yourself on camera, how to speak on camera, and all those things. So काफी मजा आया वो देखने में. And then it was somewhere in November 19 that I came back from court and I was sitting in my office and just thinking about the case that I had conducted on that day. It was relating to quashing of FIR. And just the day before, I had studied that law relating to FIR in greater depth. So it just struck me, why not record a video about the principles relating to quashing of FIR? तो वहीं पर वो किताबों के स्टैक पर एक वो मेरा फोन रख दिया and I just shot one video, 6-7 minutes video, and immediately uploaded it on internet.
Amazing.
So after that, I found that it was getting good response, that video. People were wanting to know how FIR is quashed, what are the principles behind it. So that then accelerated my activities on doing something about my YouTube channel. So slowly, I then took more interest, and the channel grew. Now it is growing. It is 6,000 plus subscribers, and many people are finding it quite helpful. Many people phone me. Many people leave their comments, ask questions, and I love all that activity. I love answering their questions. I love making videos in answer to their questions. I love all that activity. I mean, shooting the video, uploading it, and reaching out to people. So that is how it is.
So, sir, what's just strike me. So, it is something like, we watch some YouTube channel and we think that it is inbuilt in them, that confidence, that camera presence, everything is inbuilt. But we do not think that the hard work those people, they generally put before coming out with videos. For example, you said you actually did a course on making videos before starting your YouTube channel, and people think it is inbuilt. I can't do it because I am my mind is not trained for making videos. It's nothing like that. I think every skill is a learnable skill. So even
Perfect.
making videos is a learnable skill, as you just shared that
Perfect.
something happened, and if you want to do something, we can
Perfect. Perfect.
do it.
See, there are some people who also think that since they are speakers already, they are into the profession of speaking, they would be able to be very comfortable on camera innately. So partly that is true, but see, speaking on camera is a little different game. थोड़ा सा practice चाहिए उसको, थोड़ा सा उसमें skill develop करने की बात है वो. It needs practice. Like, Avi Arya's course, MBM mastery course, that also helped a lot.
Yeah.
That shyness to awesomeness, a wonderful course. That also helped me a lot in being comfortable on camera.
Awesome.
It's a skill one can learn. You rightly said it. Yeah.
Little practice can make a huge difference in the life. And I just want to share this with the viewers. Like, if you see a YouTuber making good videos, please don't consider that he has some like he's born with some talent of making videos. You can also learn. If you want to speak on the stage, you can learn that and do it. If you want to speak in front of 40,000 people, probably you can learn sharing that information in front of 40,000 people, and that is a learnable skill. I recently was undergoing some YouTube video of T. Harvikar. He's a very famous trainer.
Mm.
So
Mm.
he too shared that people watch my videos and they're like, oh my god, what's happening, how is this guy even speaking, but they don't know how many hours I spend in front of the mirror practicing with what I come in front
Correct.
of you. So yeah.
Right. Very well said. You see, passion backed by action, both when they get combined, then the person becomes skilled and it all becomes enjoyable. Nothing is impossible. You rightly said every kind of skill is learnable. So be it on being on videos or speaking inside the courtroom, or drafting, or talking to people. They are all learnable. One should have that passion inside and the readiness to learn. तो कुछ भी कठिन नहीं है.
Definitely. So, I have started making videos very recently, and this question always comes to my mind. It hasn't happened with me, but it generally comes to my mind that how do fellow lawyers, advocates, and court practitioners react to the idea of making videos, vlogs, and documenting the kind of work we
हाँ,
do? Because generally it is considered, oh, in courts we should not use cameras, we should not document what's happening, how it's happening, and things like
हाँ, हाँ. That's really a good question that you asked. But see, um, we are not allowed to photograph, to do photography or videography in the court premises. So I never do that. It's not possible. So there is no question of doing anything in presence of my colleagues in the court premises or inside the courtroom. So they have not seen me actually doing these things uh, in the court. What they see is directly an output. When I post a video, they see that on my channel. So their reaction, they don't always give that. I mean, I have not uh, had many occasions to know from my lawyer colleagues as to what they think about it. But then certainly there are some junior lawyers who appreciate that. They, it has been my experience that, that day I was entering the court premises, I was getting inside the building, and one lawyer was coming from opposite direction. And you see, he said, "Oh, sir, what a coincidence! I wanted to meet you today. Well, what's the reason?" So he said, "Because I saw your video on your channel yesterday, so I decided that I would talk to you today. And you are just coming from opposite direction." And then he spoke about my channel and how it is helpful. He suggested some videos also, video topics. So some juniors, yeah, they are really positive about it. They like it. That's there, but not. I mean, I have not received any feedback from the lawyer friends of my standing. They may be watching and they just may be keeping quiet because they don't do those activities now, so they may not be recognizing its importance. I don't know what they think about it. But juniors, definitely they find it interesting and they suggest topics also. So that's how it
super
is.
awesome.
I'm also wondering what would they be thinking about my activities. I
Maybe
hope they.
now we can
Yes.
ask them and make little videos of how do other fellow lawyers think about me making vlogs.
That's a good idea.
I'm sure everybody would enjoy that, because I know a lot of people, they have inhibitions like lawyers should not make videos, lawyers should not do this stuff. But I think we can't lose our identity and the person we are, even if we are lawyers.
Absolutely. There is nothing like lawyers should not make videos. Why should lawyers not make videos?
I don't
Rather,
know.
it's the need of the time, I would say, that lawyers should share their learnings, their knowledge, whatever they can through videos. And this was one of the motivating force for me too, when I realized that there are certain things I should let people know. Otherwise, see, those things will just remain with me or with other lawyers. How would those come out? How would people benefit because of your experience, by your knowledge, whatever that you have gained? So sharing, that element of sharing is important. Lawyers should make videos.
Absolutely, sir. And here I would like to share one personal story. So, I have just started my practice. I'm not too old in practicing law too, but during lockdown, all the hearings and all were happening through video conferences and things like that. So many junior lawyers were like, we can't go to courts, we can't see what's happening inside the court, and we are not able to learn because everything is happening through video conference and stuff like that. So if at this time videos are not present, I think junior lawyers, they tend to miss things. There becomes no medium for them to learn stuff, especially things which are happening inside the court. So I think, as you
Correct.
said, it's the need of the hour that people should make more videos, and so that junior lawyers and young generation can get benefit from the all your experience
Yes.
and
Yes, bilkul.
so.
Very rightly said. Okay.
So, sir, I am very excited to know what is the most exciting part for you to make during the, when you make the video content for your channel. What is the most exciting part? And also, I'll after this answer, maybe you can show us your little studio. We'll be
Yeah.
happy to see what happens behind the camera and how everything is, put in front, and what it takes to make a
Sure.
video.
Sure. 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 You see, every stage of video making is exciting. Right from studying the topic, I mean, arranging the points, and then shooting oneself on camera, and then uploading it. तो सभी stages मुझे exciting लगती है because one visualizes the ultimate. It after it will be uploaded, people will be seeing it, they will be liking it, they will be commenting upon it. I'll be reaching to the masses. So all these future the things excite us. So every stage becomes I mean exciting while making videos.
Amazing.
Name, but थोड़ा सा फिल्मिंग इज ज्यादा एक्साइटिंग लगता है वहां पर जब बात करते हैं तो वो क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए वो हम अपने आप को उस पे देखते हैं स्क्रीन पर तो वो पार्ट दैट दैट पोर्शन थोड़ा सा ज्यादा एक्साइटिंग है बाकी all things are exciting because you see when you prepare you grow you come to know the subject in more depth क्योंकि तुमने उसके पहले पहले भले पढ़ा हो बट किसी को समझाने के लिए पढ़ रहे हो तो थोड़ा सा ज्यादा अच्छे से समझना पड़ता है हाँ that builds you that's the one that's the important thing और फिर शूटिंग पार्ट में थोड़ा सा खुद का दिखना होता है ना हम जरा हीरो बन रहे हैं वहां पर so that's the thing and then uploading के बाद क्या होता है वो देखना how how the video is progressing हाँ, कितने व्यूज आ रहे हैं कितने लाइक्स आ रहे हैं कितने कमेंट्स आ रहे हैं वो सब चीजें होल थिंग इज एक्साइटिंग तो ये बात है यू आर एबल टू रिलेट है ना प्रज्ञा
From the day, I started making videos, I am on you I am on cloud nine. I am like, every time I open my phone to check what is happening, what is happening. Especially when we get this, voice notes, or probably messages from people. Okay, you're doing a good work, you're spreading some awareness, probably helping people.
Correct,
And as we
correct,
study
correct.
from the books and everything too, that the best way to learn is to teach others. So when we teach others, it brings a lot of clarity to us as well. So yeah, as you said,
Perfect, perfect.
the part is amazing.
Yes, yes. Okay. As regards equipment, तो इक्विपमेंट तो मेरे पास ज्यादा नहीं थे पहले अभी भी बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है आई शूट यूजिंग माई कैमरा ओनली दिस मोबाइल फोन wonderful phone not this one the other one through which I am now broadcasting it using it as a webcam वो है Oppo का फोन तो बहुत ही बढ़िया फोन है वो उससे ही मैं अपने वीडियो शूट करता हूँ और बिगिनिंग में मेरे पास सिंपल लाइट्स थे ऑफिस के जो ऊपर पैनल लाइट्स जो लगे हैं एलईडी तो उसी से मैं चलाता था बट देन ड्यूरिंग लॉकडाउन आई वॉच सम वीडियोस ऑन सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस लाइटिंग की लाइट एंड देन फिल लाइट एंड देन बैक लाइट ये सब चीजें होनी चाहिए ये जान लिया मैंने बट इतना परफेक्ट करने का कुछ था नहीं मेरे पास सो व्हाट आई डिड आई जस्ट क्रिएटेड 2 सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस watching those techniques मतलब जो जुगाड़ बोलते हैं ना, वो सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस घर में ही बनाए. एंड यूजिंग आई शो दैट मटेरियल, दैट कॉरुगेटेड शीट होती है. वैसे तो वीडियो वालों ने सजेस्ट किया था वो खड्डा बोलते जिसको, कार्डबोर्ड, बट आई यूज दोज corrugated kind of sheets. You can see ये तो
Yeah, yeah.
इसमें होते हैं ना,
Yeah, it's
ये मार्केट में मिली मुझे एक इसमें, ये पूरी शीट ले आया एंड इसको यूज करके एंड दैट एल्यूमिनियम फॉइल वगैरह यूज करके मैं छोटे बच्चे के साथ आई एंजॉयड दैट ऑल्सो. आई फिर मैं
amazing.
सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस बनाया. आई शो यू द सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस. देखो सी, यहाँ पर भी लगा भी है. कैन यू सी दिस वन?
Yes, yes, yes. And it looks amazing.
आ रहा है
I
वीडियो
know.
कि अटक रहा है?
आ रहा है सर, आ रहा है.
अब ये सॉफ्ट बॉक्स का जो अभी व्हाइट शीट है ना, ये व्हाइट शीट पहले बटर पेपर था, सिंपल, वो थिक बटर पेपर. तो समय के साथ फिर मुझे किसी शॉप में दिखा कि वो एंटी स्लिप मैट होती है ना, एंटी स्लिप मैट, उसका रोल मिलता है वो व्हाइट कलर का. तो वो मुझे जस्ट स्ट्रक माई माइंड कि इसको यूज करे तो अभी मैंने वो लगा लिया है. जस्ट 140 रुपीज का वो रोल मिला मुझे, तो वो 2 सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस को लगा दिया हूँ. और अभी वो मस्त बिल्कुल प्रोफेशनल दिख रहे हैं. मतलब इतना अच्छे दिख रहे हैं कि मैं खुश हूँ अपने ऊपर कि क्या सॉफ्ट बॉक्सेस बनाए.
I know. And I was so excited for this part of the video because I knew you have created something, and it's fun to actually. The journey is important, and it's happiness in the journey which is
यस,
important. I don't know
बहुत
about
ही मजा
outcome
आया.
would be, but the journey is something which we enjoy, and I'm sure you are enjoying your journey, and it shows
बिल्कुल
on your face.
बिल्कुल. एक और चीज हुई, वो सॉफ्ट बॉक्स लटकाने के लिए फिर क्या करना. तो मैं गया, हमारे नागपुर में एक एरिया है इतवारी करके. इतवारी में बहुत अच्छा मार्केट है. वहां पर वो एक दुकान थी जहां पर वो अम्ब्रेलाज मिलती है, बड़ी बड़ी. वो नहीं क्या, अम्ब्रेलाज में बहुत सारे वो कुछ कुछ बेचते हैं ना लोग, अम्ब्रेला के नीचे उस टाइप की अम्ब्रेलाज मिलती है. तो वो शॉप में गया और वहां पर मैंने सिर्फ वो ट्राई, उनका जो स्टैंड है, वो स्टैंड और डंडा, दैट आई परचेज फॉर से समवट इन 300 रुपीज में वो लेके आया. तो वो स्टैंड पे वो खड़े हैं सॉफ्ट बॉक्स. दैट इज हाउ इट इज. फिर धीरे धीरे मैंने और सोचा कि चलो अपन आगे बढ़ रहे हैं चैनल में तो थोड़ा सा इन्वेस्ट करें. तो मैंने तब ये बोया माइक लिया था. दिस बोया माइक इज वंडरफुल. सभी
Yes,
यूट्यूबर्स ये रिकमेंड करते हैं, ये जबरदस्त माइक है ये.
yes.
और फिर अभी थोड़ा चैनल मोनिटाइज हुआ, ये हुआ, सब थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ा तो और उत्साह आया है मुझे. देन आई बॉट दिस माइक व्हिच यू कैन सी,
It
दिस
went out of your
माउनो.
face. Yeah, now we can see it.
हाँ, दिस माउनो माइक.
Yeah.
ये भी बढ़िया माइक है ये. आज फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम आई एम यूजिंग दिस while interacting with you on this channel. तो कैसी है उसकी साउंड?
It's absolutely perfect.
या.
it, it looks also very professional and everything. Yeah.
So the idea is not to immediately invest a lot of money into this, but as you go on progressing, थोड़ा 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 लेते जाना तो मजा आता है उसमें. That is how it is happening. Equipment के बारे में.
So here, sir, you have amazing equipment and everything. Uh, and it's building up. As you told us, you're purchasing stuff step by step, and you did not invest a big chunk in the starting. So I want to share this with everybody that even if you want to start with the YouTube channel, just start with your mobile phone. Don't wait for anything. You should just start, begin, and then think of how you can improve and things like that, because
Right.
starting is the most important step. Rest is done when once you are into the game.
Right. This is all a creative process. You enjoy the creativity involved in all these things. And the thing that I just wanted to tell you was that it's possible for me to buy heavy equipment also. like professional DSLR camera and all that. But I don't want to do that. I I I would love to have it only after reaching a particular level uh, on YouTube. तो वो तब मजा है उसका कि वो लेवल आने के बाद वो लें तो वो मजा है. तब तक let us see कैसे होता है. तो that's the thing.
Again, I would say journey is important and we should enjoy the journey. So धीरे धीरे सामान लेते रहेंगे तो और अच्छा लगेगा. We are, using the money which we are earning from the channel to probably for the
Yes,
equipments.
yes.
So
उसमें थोड़ा सा entrepreneurship kind of thing involved होती है. हाँ.
I know,
हाँ.
because I know initially many people get stuck with the thought that we don't have a camera or a green screen or a microphone. If you do not have a microphone, use your headphone. If you do not have a camera, use your mobile phone. I'm sure everybody has a mobile phone these days. And,
Yes.
slowly we can build up things. So, yeah. So let us do some, let us leave our young lawyers and entrepreneurs with some key takeaways from you. I'm sure you'll have a lot to share.
Yes, there are so many things to share, but the important thing that I would tell young lawyers is firstly to be passionate about their work. Unless you are passionate, you will not be able to put in the required number of hard work hours in it. You will not be able to give your best. So passion is the thing. अंदर वो passion जलती रहनी चाहिए कि I want to be a good lawyer. This is one. And the second thing is खुद की value बढ़ाते रहो हमेशा. Keep increasing your value. Let there be a constant investment in yourself, in enhancing your value, so that you can give your best to others. You can do your best for society, and then you will get value in return. So it's a reciprocal process. I remember that famous quote by Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar, the motivational speaker and writer. उसका एक सेंटेंस ऐसा हिट करता है हमेशा. You can get everything you want if you help enough others get what they want. तो उनको जो चाहिए वो तुम दे सको, इतनी पात्रता तुम अपने अंदर बढ़ाओ, अपनी वैल्यू एनहांस करते रहो. दिस इज द मेन सेंट्रल thing that I would like to tell young, whatever area of law they work at, no problem, but value enhancement ये constant process होना चाहिए, and be a lifelong learner. That's the important thing. बाकी तो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं कि ऐसा करो, ये करो, वो करो, but these are the two three core things that I would like to tell young lawyers.
Amazing, amazing. I am also a great supporter of, as you said, increase your value and be a lifelong learner. Because, sir, I think, technology and things, even in law, is changing so much every day. Like, exponentially, it is changing. And if we do not learn and we do not keep up with what is the upcoming technology, what is the upcoming law, how things are clubbed into each other and things like that, we will somehow lose the track. So it's very important to
Right.
be a lifelong learner and keep learning and keep evolving with law
I
and
really
technology.
appreciate. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you so much, sir. So with this, I would like to, conclude our podcast for today. And I would like to thank you. Thank you so much for taking out time. I know for lawyers to take out time is such a big thing. Thank you so much. I thank you from the bottom of my heart to be here and interact with us. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Prigya. And I thank you rather for honoring me by inviting me on your show. So it's my honor. I really enjoyed having this wonderful conversation with you and look forward to be in touch with you. So my best wishes to you, Priggya.
Thank you so much. Dear listener, thank you for listening to this podcast. Do tweet me your top 3 key takeaways from today's conversation. My Twitter handle is @Priggya, that is Priggya. My name is Priggya Arora, daughter of inspiring parents, alumna of IIT Kharagpur, engineer turned lawyer and entrepreneur, and now founder of PA Legal, where we help creators and innovators protect their intellectual property.